But I think the powerful tool that you just mentioned is time and listening.
Right.
That I actually, if I do take the time to listen to someone and to speak into someone's life, that could change the dynamic that we're seeing happening in a church that maybe grows apart. One of the questions too that we wanted to talk about was, where do you see this actually practically happening in the church? Like, where do you see an older generation speaking into a younger generation's life? You and I talked about a couple of those places. Do you remember those at all?
Yeah, no, I think there is. I mean, at least in the way that Refuge has gone about it, in all the different ministries that we have set up, that's happening, right? And maybe
Yeah.
it's not like you have somebody that's way, way older, but it usually is older pouring into younger. So youth ministry, we usually have people that are a little bit older. You go into young adults, sometimes there's older, and
I would say I see it at times. I see it happen in our women's ministry where
yeah,
there's a teaching that goes on. They go into small groups, and there is this sense of there are times younger women within the group of the ladies. In our moms group, we have some older moms or moms who've gone there and been there, meeting with younger moms and kind of walking through some of that stuff. It is happening, but I guess as I look at it, I think, man, there needs to be a bigger reach into the next generation, and quite frankly, the younger generations needs to be more receptive to hearing and listening to and respecting the older generation. One of the barriers that you and I talked about was that there's an older generation that maybe has gotten a bad label because of maybe some of the people in that generation.
right.
That we see pastors fall, we see dads not fulfilling the role,
Right.
and so we have a younger generation who can kind of push back against, well, I'm not going to listen to them because my dad was this way or my mom was this way, or I'm not going to listen to them because the church is filled with inaccuracies or hypocrisy.
Right.
And so then you have younger generations saying, why would I listen to an older generation?
Right, but that goes both ways too, because there's we're using the term older generations that are walking closely with the Lord. They are men and women of integrity. They're leading their families well. They serve in their local church, and they are trying to disciple and pour into younger kids. And there's younger kids that, again, are completely dismissive. And so that's why I feel like when you have a big question like this, I feel like there can be a pushback of, you can't honestly tell me that the solution is simply to sit down and listen. That sounds way too simple for something that's so big. I just know, speaking from my life and in my sphere of influence, whenever I have truly sat with somebody, regardless if they've been older or younger, with the only agenda to hear them out, to understand where they're coming from, like, God does something in that.
But David, when I hear someone talking and they say something that I don't necessarily agree with, I want to tell them.
Yeah, of
I want
course.
to tell them this is wrong.
Right, of course, and that's completely natural. And I think that there's like even a tool in discipleship or even like in teaching, right, where it's like you can tell somebody, this is what it is, here's the answer, believe this way, think this way. But there is a way also where you go about it, and it's like, God, I know this, and I want them to know it, right? And I would say it's more patient in the way you go about it. It's like, I want to help them come to that conclusion without, just say this and just believe and just do this.
So the younger generation who needs an older generation, before they do corrective, they need to be heard, listened to, related to, maybe even a little bit. That's an important aspect of the generation that we see.
Yeah, and it's tricky because I wouldn't say necessarily it's like a one size fits all always. There will be times 100% where something happens and it's like, it's correction time, like it has to happen.
Yeah.
But if we are fully in the mode of, my job is to always and only correct, that's discipleship. It's like, that's actually not discipleship.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just correcting, right? You see Jesus with his disciples all the time, and they were knuckleheads, man. And that's why there's hope for us, They didn't get it a lot of times, and Jesus sometimes straight up told them, corrected them immediately, did it in front of others, right?
Yeah.
And then there were times where he kind of let them like figure it out a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there's a reliance on the Holy Spirit for that, which, I mean, should be a huge element to our daily walks anyways. So but yeah, but there is a really huge element of like, man, we need to be willing to sit with, to talk with, to understand. And there's those moments where it's like, I know the answer,
Yeah.
and God's like, me too, you know. But like,